offered to be auntie when she's presenting at the symposium.
I did
Hold
too.
the baby.
I said the same thing. Just bring the little tube and we'll just pass it around. Hey.
Yes. You better.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Hey, I've made a copy of the minutes and called it 11/9/19. You know that minutes template that you shared with us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I shared it with you. Can you see that? I've just shared it, so it's probably come up on your email. I don't know where it would come up. Can you see? And I've just put a couple of things that I'd like to talk about in there.
You're a good girl.
I'm not very good at doing these sherry electronic-y things. So I don't know where it'll be. It says I shared it with you though. Can you see that? Or should I share it again?
I'm just going to find my folder.
No, I got it.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
I've done the right thing. Okay. And can you see what I put in there?
Logging on to ProQuest, research participant permission sheets.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
Where did you send it to?
I just made a copy of the one that you gave us, and I've renamed it 11/9 whatever, and then it said shared with. It had a little tick box. Do you want to share it with the same people? So I said yes. Hi, Corin.
Hi, how's it going?
Good.
It's been shared to your B.Toroa one.
Yeah. Hang on. I'll find it. Oh, there it is. Got it.
Okay. So should we just, before the meetings, someone makes one, or maybe we could make, at the end of this meeting, we could make one for the next meeting, and if people want to put stuff in.
Yeah.
Is that a good
idea?
Yeah. So has anyone managed to get onto ProQuest? This is driving me nuts, and I'm feeling like I'm the most stupid person because I can't get in.
You're funny. ProQuest. Which one? Yes, that's the one I went on. What's your name? That one in the middle there, Jalan.
Yes, it was. It was the one that you went on Sunday.
That's right. So
did you know the link from the Mind Lab library?
So I can't remember how the hell I originally got on there. I've been a member of the ProQuest for like ages. Since I think we started our masters, and from the looks of it, the username is the Unitech student ID.
Oh, it's Unitech, not the Mind Lab.
No.
Are you sure this isn't the one that? Remember, I asked you, is it the one that you need to make the account for?
Yeah.
Yeah. So didn't have an account, so I thought, and then it wouldn't recognise my email. And it assumed, when I went through the link from the Sprint, it assumed that I already had an account. So then I went through from the e-library on the portal, and I made an account just with my normal email, and it let me in. And then I haven't been able to get in again. So I think I'll just ask it the face-to-face. I'll just get someone to with me and do it.
Use your, you can use, because my one's just my Unitech login. So if you've still got your Unitech details, use those.
Okay.
See if you can make an account with that, because yeah, that's what mine's under. And I say, because I'm a shocker, I never remember any of my logins, so I just make sure that my computer saves them all and it shows up as being my Unitech one.
Oh, okay, I'll try that. Thank you. And then my next question, can I just do my next one?
Yeah.
So I copied all those, like the research participant, what is it called?
Permission?
Yeah. And there's the primary investigator, all those sheets. But I don't think I need them till next year. So are you guys, have you done all of those now?
Jalan's going to start looking into them, because we won't be able to get involved with anyone in our project until we have got some sort of flips. So yeah, so Jalan said she put her hand up on the weekend and said she'll start looking into them, but pretty much only when you're ready to start using students or other people.
Okay. So, Corin, you would have done yours, wouldn't you? Have you done yours, or you?
My consent forms?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I only got consent from the 2 teachers that I'm doing my project with, plus my teacher aide, and I haven't bothered about children because my principal just said, like, if I'm wanting to use photos or anything, they've already signed a waiver at the beginning of every year to say that they're applicable for us to use photos on websites and wherever. So he said don't bother. So
Yeah.
I might ask my principal about that.
yeah, apparently we've got permission to do that. Apparently when they enroll, there's a form that they fill in, and we don't even need to ask to take them out of school anymore. Like, we just have to give parents the consent to opt out, but we don't need to do signed permission forms
Yeah.
because they've already said yes. I don't know.
Oh, shit.
So you did you get consent from the teachers you're working with?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I just gave them, you can't see it, but it just kind of said, like, what I was doing, what it meant. Like, it's just an example of the page. Yeah.
So was that obtaining permission from participants, that one, for using of data?
Yeah, research participant information sheet just said that, and then I just tweaked it and said, like, if you agree to participate, you'll be asked to sign a consent form. This does not stop you from changing your mind.
Yep.
Real basic.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. I will fill that in the minutes, shall I? Oh, you're doing that.
Oh, no, you can do that part. I just filled in the part where I said about the Unity login.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Thank you.
But yeah, ask your boss or have a look at the enrolment forms and see if the kids have already got or if there's a part in there where the parents have okayed that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have one like that. I just thought with videos, I might have to do something different, but I probably don't.
I know for Jaylana mine, because we work in 2 different schools and ours is like we're both going to be working with kids who probably we don't even work with. We are going to need consent from students.
Oh, okay.
And it'll be used across schools, hopefully.
It sounds like we're all going to have different days for when we present our project, too.
Oh, really?
Did you guys gather that from what Lindley said?
I haven't even
No.
looked at what she said. I don't like looking at what she says.
I'm confused.
I have a feeling our group might all be on the same day, and I know I know mine's the Friday, but I just have a feeling that they'll get all the groups to do it on the same.
Where's she written it? Like, where's she commented?
Did you not see her comment? I was like, oh, I don't know if that's like she's mad at me because I've asked twice.
I said I thought it was snarky.
Yeah, I thought it was snarky.
That's the one I told you about on Sunday. I was like, did you see the one that Lindley replied to Corin? She was like, as per my email.
Yeah, I thought it was snarky, but I was like, I don't want to go and like pay $1,000 deposit and then be told, oh, you can't go because you are presenting. So I was like, oh, I just wanted to double check.
And I'm sorry to say, but they should actually have all of that already done. It should already be in all the paperwork, organisation for it should already be done. They should know when our end date actually is.
Yeah, they should.
It's going to go on and on and on and on.
Well, and we wanted, I mean, that is the end date for us. So we'll just want to be planning to do stuff. And leave.
Man, I want to celebrate when I get to the end of this. Bloody hell. I'm coming to Bali with you.
More than welcome. That's the only reason I booked it, because I was like, I felt so flat this year. And like just last year I was like, nah, I'm going away after this Masters.
Yeah.
I'm handing that last assignment in, I'm getting on that plane, and that's it.
Good on you. And I hope we are presenting together. Otherwise, that's just crap, like if we're not.
Yeah, I think we will be. That would be awful to not, because we support for each other.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
so
it's not our fault that they got so big.
No, it's not.
No.
Their problem. So deal with it.
All right. What else? What else is on top?
Have you guys done your methodologies?
No.
Have you worked that out?
No.
You're all struggling with that?
Haven't even bothered looking at it.
Look,
We looked at it, me and Jaylan looked at all that sort of stuff. Like we just glimpsed what the full assignment thingy is on Sunday. And then it was like, oh, I've got a headache.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'm like, oh, I can't read this. It's just not working.
I did. I printed this one.
Oh yeah, I've got that.
And then the other one, and that talks a lot about diary writing.
It does.
Oh, once I actually start, that could be quite good. But I thought this
the whole book off.
It's called Teachers Investigate Their Work, and that was in the in this.
But did
The
you
one Lily recommended.
Research. Yeah.
Oh, you're funny.
Yeah, I know. I bought the PDF reader for my laptop, but I can't cope with reading stuff online. I have to look. It's got all my bits hanging out.
I did that too. So don't feel bad.
Oh, and you were young.
Same.
And you used colour. I was too cheap to have colour.
I got my teacher aide to do it.
Oh. I was so bad at doing the little bitsy things that it's all falling apart because I don't know how to.
It just makes it easier to just read it because it's so big.
And is it worth the read though? Like, is that a resource that's helping you with that part?
Parts of it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And it's old. It's quite old because so it talks about. I think the diary writing is really valuable. It talks about having a wide margin and writing it. But this is one instance where I think having it in a Google Doc or even, I don't know, Google Slides maybe. They'll probably get a Google Doc where you can just add and put pictures in. Will be much better than having a hard copy.
Yeah.
So that's where it is a little bit outdated from that point of view. But
yeah. I've started a Google site and I've started putting my diary entries in there just because you can add photos and videos and everything in there. And I found that quite easy, but you got to remember to do it.
Yeah.
And I don't, so I don't know.
I've got my blog, which I shared with you guys because I've put all this sort of stuff in there as the evidence. So I'm hoping that, I don't forget to keep on updating it as I do things.
No, yours looks good because I kind of looked at yours and went, oh, okay, I need to put this in and this in.
Yeah, that took ages though to set up, but you could have like 100 blogs. I've got about 4. Like for all the different things, but anyway.
so can you set up more than one blog on your email?
Yeah.
Because I had a different email when I did the postgrad cert, and I had a blog on there, and I use that quite often. I quite like that. And then I went in to do a blog again, set one up, and years ago I had a blog for one of my classes, obviously set up on this email. So I thought, I didn't know. I thought maybe I couldn't have more than one on an email.
No, you can. I'll tell you how many I have actually got. I've got 3. So I've got a professional reflective journal, which was, I think, supposed to be, I don't actually know what that one is. I think that one was supposed to be for work or something. I'm not sure. And then I've got my MCE, my professional reflective journal. It's my teacher inquiry one. So I do all my teacher inquiry and then whack it in there for whoever wants to look at it. I've got my MCE research journal, which is solely for our project. And then I've got an educational journey one, which has got all my postgrad and my master's, all that stuff that we had to keep and add to our blogs or our journals or whatever. That's where it all goes. And it's all under the same user.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll just Google that and find out how to do that. I might just make another site because at the moment on my
We'll have
e-portfolio site, I've just got some tabs which are about the project. So I could probably just keep doing that maybe.
The sites is exactly the same. So you can have as many sites as you want as well, and it works in the same way.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're probably doing okay, aren't we?
I think so. I think they need to stop scaring us.
Mm.
And I did that group meeting, the last group meeting where Dor was going over all the stuff for the end that we have to do.
Yeah.
Oh, but then actually afterwards I went back and read what she said. I thought, oh, that made me go in and set up some pages in my e-portfolio.
Well, that's made me got to go back and redo some pages in Trello.
I haven't done anything with my e-portfolio. I haven't even done much with my Trello either. Like, I'll do some stuff, but then I forget to do everything else that you have to do for evidence.
Yeah.
I think that the evidence, Jaylan, we'll be able to whip the evidence slides together like we did last time.
Yeah.
Easy, really.
I'm planning on, by Christmas time, just before Christmas, having, the 8,000 to 10,000 word essay. We were talking about it on Sunday. There's so much from your scope, you can just sort of copy and paste and adjust.
Yeah.
And that should hopefully take up at least a third of it.
Yeah.
So then, I might just get that done.
I'm at the end of each month I'm doing an evidence, so like just doing screenshots and stuff of all our what do you call it, Slack conversations, these group meetings and stuff like that. I'm just at the end of the month just putting that in so that then I don't get a huge backlog and lose things and stuff like that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, just each month, so that there was a August one, there'll be a September one. Yeah, just keep on top of it. Otherwise, I think I might be just rushing right at the end, and I don't want to do that and miss stuff out.
Did anyone apply for a study grant?
What study grant?
Study leave with NZEI?
Yeah, I did.
NZ?
I haven't heard anything.
I think it comes out tomorrow.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
I hope so. Because I've got all these emails saying, yes, it does, on or before the 12th of September.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks. I've asked for it for term 2, so I'm hoping.
I've just asked for 16 week, part-time, so.
I asked for the 10-week sabbatical.
Oh, I've gone for study leave, so you've gone for sabbatical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's a different
one. Yeah.
And
my boss, she's applied for 10 weeks as well, so we're hoping we both get it, and then I'll do term 2, she'll do term 3.
Oh, good.
So yeah. So did you apply for it too, Jackie?
Yeah.
Corin, did you?
I didn't know anything about it.
Oh, all those study awards that they have going each year.
So are you guys just going to use it to finish this, or are you guys doing another course?
Oh, hell no. You're crazy.
So to finish this.
To finish this.
I'm doing my Te-Reo level 1 and 2 at the moment. That's enough to tip me over the edge.
You're a good girl.
Oh. Anyway, no, I applied last year as well and didn't get it. And one of my bits of feedback was they like you to be able to finish the qualification in the time of the study grant. So that's one area. Hopefully, I'll get a few more points in my application, but I'm not hopeful. Anyway,
I applied for it just over 5 years ago now, and to do the postgrad. To do the postgrad, I wanted some study leave, and I hadn't enrolled for the postgrad yet, And so the feedback I got was the first priority are to those who are already studying, and then priority are those who are already enrolled, ready to start study. So
Okay. So we're perfect now because we're in it. We're in the thick of
we're
it.
in it, we're doing it, and we just need a break. Yeah. Hey, one thing that Jaylan and I noticed on Sunday when we were looking at all the things for the final bits that we have to put together was what Daw was showing us in our meeting the other night and what's on the portal were two different things. So what's in the descriptors in the portal at the moment is different to the assessment link.
Oh.
So the number of words and stuff like that's slightly different.
So maybe
Is
we
it
could
less?
face to face.
More. So the one that Daw has shared with us, the one that she was going over with us, was more.
So the ones that have been up since we had the last face-to-face were all like, so the big one that's at 8 to 10,000 words was only originally 5 to 6.
Yeah.
And then there was no executive summary. And in the original one, there was something else that was, there was the one that you had to do that was like your overview, which might now be called executive summary. And that was only 500 to 750 words, and now it's up to 1,000, I think.
Yeah, so there's a big difference. So if you jump into where you know the green area where you post your assignments, that there is the wrong one. You just need to click on the assignment descriptor and get it from there. Just in case you guys think, yeah, we only have to do 6,000 words. No.
So okay. They'll take that off, surely.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they do.
Yeah. Okay. So where do we actually put the methodologies that we're using? That's part of what we put that in our. That'll be in the project, won't it?
I think there's a particular part for that part that you go in. I think it might be in that big. Is it in the big 10,000 word one, Jaylan?
For what, sorry?
You know, where you put down all the mumbo jumbo, everything about your leadership and the way that you've recorded stuff and things like that. Is that in the 10,000 word one?
I think so. I'm just putting a link into the assessment descriptor underneath what you just said, Billy. That's why I wasn't kind of half paying attention. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. I've got it open here. Let me have a look.
Yeah, it goes into the project report.
Yeah, the project report. Yeah, because that's the one, they've called it different names. So the project report was a critical essay or something in the old one. And then the executive summary has gone from the 500 to 750 and up to the 750 to 1,000. But again, it was called something different.
That executive summary, though, isn't that just the green section on our,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Apart from, you've got, it says title, purpose of your project, project goals, overview of what you did, conclusions drawn, significance and insights gained to practice, and references and links. So it's basically taking your entire project report and giving a snapshot of it.
Okay.
It's only 750 to 1,000 words, so that's tiny.
So when you read the thing, it says this is a short overview about your practice-based change will be published as part of the proceedings from the symposium. This will give the reader a concise synopsis of what you did, what happened, and what conclusions you drew from the project. You should include the following elements, and then that was those things.
Yeah.
Whereas the one above is like your kind of like your thesis type thing on everything, but it's pretty much more in depth than the other one because it's up to 10,000 words.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hate writing that.
I know.
Well, but if you look at it, you've got the criteria. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 criteria, and you've got the first part, which is what did you set out to do, which is your purpose, the goals, the plan, deliverables, and the problem, which is like your green section. And then what do you know about the topic is your expertise in the topic. So that'll be like whatever section that's in it, like what kind of colours it was it yellow and orange maybe? Yeah. And then what did you do? Well, that's basically a description of what you did and the artifacts and the deliverables that you eventually created. So you can pretty much do the first 2 criteria. How did you do it as your research design methodology and stuff that we're doing now?
Yeah.
And then what did you find out? How do you know that? What do you now know? And how this is useful, meaningful to others? So you can pretty much do the first 2 criteria, which you could do about 1,000 words each on.
So there are 3 parts. There are 3 parts to 9200.1. Okay, there are 3 parts. So that's your project report, your executive summary, and the presentation that's got to be delivered. Then you've got 9200.2. And there's a critical essay. Oh, what the fuck is the difference between the 2 of them? There's a critical essay, which is 5,000 to 6,000 words.
The critical essay is all about how the practice-informed theory and culturally responsive practice informed your collaboration and leadership. So the essay, I think, is about your leadership.
Yeah.
Oh, and your collaboration, eh?
Yeah, and then the last section is your evidence of the collaboration, so all this sort of stuff.
So the evidence one, ladies, is like the bomb. It's like the most easiest one.
Yeah.
And it says minimum of 15 pieces of evidence, but it doesn't say what your maximum is.
This says 15 to 20.
Where does it say 15 to 20? Oh, yeah, there.
15 to 20, dearie.
Yeah, but it says further down a minimum of 15 pieces. That's what I was...
Billy's going to have 10,000.
That's right. I'm onto it this time. Last time I was like, oh my gosh, it's all gone. But I'm onto it this time. Oh dear.
But in terms of your evidence, like if we screenshot our minutes, say, and you just take like a couple of random dates, so you might say like take 4 screenshots, one every couple of months that we do like for the year. But then does that count as one piece of evidence because it's only minutes?
That's right. One piece. One piece. That's
so
all.
You've taken 4 screenshots to show one piece of evidence.
Right. Well, if you're doing the minutes and then you screenshot like the video, there's your 2 bits of evidence. That's 2.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, because you don't want to just show, because if you just show the minutes from tonight, for example, then they're going to be like, oh, so you met once. So, like, if you take, like, maybe a couple of screenshots from different dates, just to show that...
I am putting screenshots of every single meeting we have on there.
Yeah, I would.
That's why I said I'm doing it monthly, so that each month there might be, like, 6 to 10 pieces of evidence. If I end up with over 20 pieces, who cares? They don't have, it's just screenshots. At the end of the day, do you have to do a, where is it? Because you'll have to do some sort of summary about it.
Nah. Oh, yeah.
You have to give a brief explanation that clearly shows how it either contributed to your learning, encouraged collaboration, influenced your decision making, shaped your leadership, and advanced your project.
Okay.
So, you know.
So last time for that one, I just did slides. I had Google Slides, and I screenshotted, I think, can't remember what I did. And then I just put little annotated bits beside each one showing how it influenced what I did. Oh, has something popped up for you guys? Upgraded by the...
Yeah, a gift from Zoom. We've removed the 40-minute time limit on your group meeting. Love it. Thank you, Zoom.
Yeah, they did that on the last one with me.
But yeah, I think if you're collecting your evidence as you go, to be honest, as long as you're probably only reflecting on maybe 15 to 20 pieces, but if you have like 40 pieces shown there, as long as you're only reflecting on the number that they want, they can't complain. You know? Yeah. I don't know. But all those words scare me.
Me too.
We've got to type. It's like, what? And that's like when Dorsey, oh, you do a lot more words in the thesis. Yeah, but you don't have to do a project at the same time.
Yeah, but they're making us do this project report, and then they're making us do an executive summary on it, which is it's just repetitive because you're just taking the 10,000 words and cramming it into one.
Yeah.
Like, why even bother?
So 16,000, nearly 20, 16, 17, so say about 18, 19,000 words all up.
I feel like the executive summary is just null and void.
Hey, Scrummy Bum.
It needs to just go.
You're going to be... Oh. Should be past your bedtime.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that executive summary is a bit of a waste of time, to be honest.
Well, because if you look at the dates on the MindLab portal for when each of them are due, I'm pretty sure the project report is due. Oh, where is MindLab gone?
April or something that you found?
There was something where one of them was where they were due, and one was due. Here we are. The critical essay project 9,200. Oh my god, I can't speak. 9,200.2 is due in 7 months, and the e-portfolio evidence is in 7 months, but the practice-based change project report is in 9 months. So the 7 months one, the critical evaluation. Oh, so that's the critical essay that's due on the 19th of April, and the e-portfolio evidence is due on the 10th of May, and then the project report is due on the 21st of June. But it's got nothing about the executive summary.
So my question is that executive summary that comes under the 21st of June one, right? Along with the presentation. So does that mean that we have to, because I know it's got like part A, part B, part C, do all those documents, including our presentation, have to be submitted at that time? You know what I'm saying? Like, do we submit our presentation before we actually do it, like the slideshow that goes with it, or not?
That's a good question.
But that's something I was wondering, because I was like, oh, does that mean that that's all due then? And then they're just waiting for the school holidays for us to do our presentations? Is that?
Yeah.
So I think, is this what they're trying to do? Is the big project due on the 21st of June, right? And then they're going to do it. But then on the day of our presentation in July, they're going to have a copy of the executive summary in front of them so that they can have a quick read through of it before you do your presentation. So that then they can ask the questions, because it'll kickstart their memory on the big project.
That's what I'm wondering.
Is that what it is?
And I get the feeling that they would have already looked through our presentations before we actually present them. Because I almost wonder, like, are they due? Like, because I know, do we hand that in as well? That's my question. Like, that's what I want to ask. Is all that handed in on the 21st of June?
On the MindLab thing, let me go back to it. The abstract. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. So your presentation is due on that day too, yeah.
So technically, we should finish doing everything on the 21st of June. And then it's just pretty much you just prepare, you just go over that presentation and over it and over it and over it until you know it, pretty much.
Unless they're going to give you feedback before
I'll just change it.
you know, like if they think that there's something critically missing from it, or I don't know, unless that's why they're giving us that whole, because the 21st of June to the 17th of July is only 26 days.
Mm.
And if we are all presenting, like our group, on the 17th, then they've got 26 days to read our 4. Plus, if the other group that we meet with Dor is in that time, that's 8 of us. So they've got 8, 10,000 words approximately project reports, summaries and presentations to have done in 26 days. Because how many people presented at the one we were at?
Oh, 6 or 8, I think.
So it could be like
3, 4. I don't know.
because if they do 8, they might do like, well, Dor, all your group can come up and do yours on this date. So it would be 8 of us.
Which means we'll be the Friday, guys. Don't ask Dor. You might get a snarky response.
No, it's Lindley that'll give the response.
Oh, yeah. It was Lindley that I got the response from.
So in other words, ask Dor so she can go and ask the question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm dreading June, though.
Would I be able to drink that?
So when does all the work have to be handed in?
Because Dor's, that's shared with Dor, that's the minutes, so she'll probably see that.
Yeah.
So this thing here, that timeline that we've been given, it says week 39, draft critical report to supervisor and collaborators for feedback.
Sorry, what was that? Say that again.
You know, in the they've given us a like that timeline thing. See, remember?
Yeah.
Anyway, it's got week 39, which I can't keep track of the weeks. Draft critical report to supervisor and collaborators for feedback. So that's probably about May, isn't it?
Maybe, yeah.
46 weeks. 46 weeks for the whole thing.
What week are we in now?
I don't know.
I don't know, because they give us these week numbers, but there's no dates that sort of go with the weeks.
Yeah.
Like,
Critical is due in April, if that helps.
I was numbering all my weeks initially, and then they just got all screwed up because there was like 2 or 3 sprints being sent out for the weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks, and yeah, I lost track.
We must be week 7 to 10 because in this time we have to explore and decide on chosen methodology and research design. In week 10 we have our research design methodology chosen and approved by supervisor.
Oh,
so
do we need to approve something?
Dor must sign us off.
Bloody hell. Can't they just let us do our projects?
Yeah.
You know, like seriously, like can't they just let us do the work now?
I have a question.
Yeah, it's got data analysis and evaluation process finalised. But some of these things they've revised. Like this might be from the full-timers and they haven't edited this yet. You know, so do you get that feeling sometimes? Some things are not quite caught up with how they've changed.
Yeah.
So I don't get too worried about that.
Dor will give us a heads up if something's due, I reckon.
Yeah.
I have a question. You know, when she talks about in our meetings with that other group and she runs them, what you know, she keeps saying that someone's going to be in charge one week where they have to talk about stuff. What are we talking about?
What? Say that again? What?
You know, like she always says, oh, so I'm still really keen for you all to do this little bit of you do individually and you talk about your project. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
And what we've done?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll
But
go
we
last because
started.
I've done nothing.
So I don't know what she wants us to talk about.
Oh, okay, sweet. I'll go last. You guys go first.
Because aren't we all just talking, because isn't everyone just looking at literature at the moment? Just reading and reading. Isn't that what we need to be doing?
Haven't even started looking at any of that. I've been working through my action plan for our project and just actually focusing on our project, like looking at websites, website design and all that sort of
That's
stuff.
research though. That's still literature.
Well, it is, but actually, yeah, it is because Dor said that as well.
I'm waiting till the holidays.
So my question for you guys is, how many hours do you think you're all doing a week? Just because sometimes I'm like, shit, I've done nothing. Like, I'm like, how many hours am I meant to be doing a week?
I get on a roll, okay, and when I'm on a really good roll, I don't have any work interruptions in that, I'll do about 2 hours a night, just playing, just being a bit of a tutu, updating stuff and that. And then like this week, this is the first time I've been online this week, because we had a trip on Monday and now I'm just still exhausted from it because we're up at the snow. And so tonight's the first night I've just decided to jump on and join in on the meeting. But most times, once I'm back into it, it's about 2 hours a night. And it's only, and I have maybe 1 or 2 nights a week off.
Yeah, and I do a lot. I'm reading a lot. So, and I usually have a day in the weekend. But that might mean that I don't start till 2 in the afternoon and then I might go through till 8 at night or something, but that's because I have to do it like that. I can't leave things to the last minute. My brain doesn't, I've just got to keep going. And I enjoy it too, actually. I'm a bit of a geek like that. I'm
a procrastinator.
What was that?
I'm a procrastinator.
So you've got the perfect buddy in Billy, because she's not.
No, I know. And I felt bad meeting up with her at the weekend because she's like, I've been looking at this and I've been looking at that, and I'm like, no.
I'm not the researcher though. Like, I hate sitting there and reading. I am more the tinkering person. So it's good that we're doing a website because I'll just sit here and just play on it. Like I was just before we went into our meeting. I was sitting there, oh yeah, put that there, do this, type this in.
Once the holidays come, I'll get back into it and spend more time on it. This term's always busy in terms of tournament week and prelims and getting externals organised, so it's just a little bit busy, so yeah.
But Corin, you'll be doing a lot at school, won't you, on yours? Aren't you doing?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel guilty because sometimes I'm like, oh, I haven't done anything. And I'm terrible at reading stuff. Like, I'm like, oh, there's always something to do. But yeah, I've done heaps at school, but I just feel like I'm probably going to get in trouble for having started early. Like, because I know Herbert's sent that email out about not starting yet, and I've kind of already have.
You have to work around your schedule and what your boss, because yours is very heavily in the school. See, mine and Jaylan's at the moment is out of school. Like, it doesn't have to have anything to do with our schools at the moment. But you have to work around your work as well, like what your boss is allowing you to do. Like, if he's giving you release time to work on it, oh, hell, you go for it. You take every opportunity. So whatever Herbert said, I mean, what he doesn't know doesn't hurt either.
Yeah.
And so in your action plan and stuff, as long as you're ticking stuff off, who cares if it's not due to be done in November and you've already done it now? They're not going to know that. Just tick things off. Just make sure that you're not falling behind your schedule.
Yeah. Tinker with your dates.
Okay.
Tinker the dates. Like when in the first part when we had to do stuff on the blog and we had to do that vignette and whatever else on the e-portfolio, I used to just go on, put it on, and then put the date to like weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Change the dates.
Just change your dates.
Yeah, I could actually do that.
A project, though, a project is what it is. So they can't be dictating when everything happens, because it's meant to be agile. That we're meant to be. It's a complex environment, all those things. So I would say it is what it is, and you've got to do it when you can do it. But I would, if you can, take a record of the hours that you're doing at school, because that's because that counts. It totally counts.
And every conversation that you have with your boss, that's all part of the collaboration and evidence and stuff. So make sure that you note all that sort of stuff down as well. But I mean, you're going to have days where, like you're saying, that you don't feel like you're doing enough, like doing much, but I bet you are at school. You've already, from our conversations, you've already been giving meetings, and you've been given release time and that. And then you're going to find other times where you're actually not doing anything, or where you'll run off your feet. So it sort of will balance out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just feeling guilty because I was like, I haven't done a lot. Especially when she asked us what we'd all done, and I was like,
The project's not the thing that's paying your bills and stuff at the moment too. So it's not like you can just put your work to the side and forget about it while you catch up and stuff. Just
exactly.
keep trotting along. All right. So has anyone got any hurdles? Anyone stuck on anything major?
Having an attitude of not wanting to do it. Yeah.
Count.
I just need to pull my finger out my arse, pretty much.
You can do that. You can do that yourself.
You're a bit busy. You're doing other things as well. You're busy growing a baby. That's quite
True that.
You can just turn up to that symposium and do what you want.
Yeah. This happens, so
my project has been baking for 9 months. It was hard work.
I wonder if I could just talk about that and if they would just let me get away with it.
You're already out of our next meeting, so what are you going on about, eh?
Yeah, that's true, I did. Thank you, measles.
But I thought, when we watched the three presentations at the symposium, the one on the mindfulness, I thought that was really quite in depth. Yeah, but the one on teacher inquiry, when they did the student project-based learning, and that was just, I felt that was just like a teacher inquiry. It wasn't really in depth. I thought I could actually go back to school and write up what I've been doing this term, my project.
Like that.
Did you feel like that?
Yep.
Well, I thought there wasn't a lot of, but there would have had to be a big literature review sitting behind that. But honestly, the depth of that one, if that passed, which it probably did, it would have. I don't want mine to be like that. I want mine to be much more in depth, and I want to get more out of it than what I think what she probably did. But yeah, it's really interesting. I think sometimes maybe she just didn't put across the depth of what she was doing. But then also I thought, well, if you're teaching full time and studying part time like that cohort one did, that would have been a huge amount of work, and I don't think they would have been able to have the depth of inquiry that we're getting into what we're doing, because we've got more time to do it. So I don't think you should worry. I think by the time we've done a year of this, we'll have plenty.
Yeah. And I do remember, because one of my biggest worries has been that our project won't be finished. you know, because ours is a huge project that we're trying to do, and it is something that if I look at our action plan, it actually goes on for more than the year that we have to work on it. And I remember Lynn-Lee saying originally that the projects don't necessarily have to be finished, because some of them won't be, but you've just got to have everything else that backs it up and be able to, I guess, to explain why it's not finished, which they know. I think they already know that if ours isn't like 100% completed, I think they know the reason why. Yeah.
I think we'll be fine.
Yeah. Just evidence, just collecting all your evidence on everything, because at the end of it, if you don't have something to produce or you can't back up and have that evidence supporting you and stuff, then that's what will let you down. And I think we're doing fine. We're always in Slack asking and answering questions, we're meeting up and we remember to things like that. So, I think we're all fine, and I really think, I also think that if you don't feel like studying for a night, then don't. Go and have a glass of wine or have a hot chocolate, Jaylan, in your case. But if you feel that you're under the weather or you just can't be bothered or whatever, then just follow that. Don't try and do any work, because you'll probably end up letting yourself down more by pushing yourself to do it. You've got to take a break.
Yeah.
Mental health. Keep well.
But is it not Mental Health Day or something today?
Is it? I don't know.
Is it Prevention Week? Or is that at the end of term?
I don't know.
Someone told me.
I don't know. It's Māori Language Week, and then next week it's Conservation Week, I think.
Yeah.
Or so maybe it's week 10 then.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, well, are we all sorted, ladies?
I think so, yeah. So, just keep in touch, and hopefully we will get an answer to our question about when all the work does actually have to be handed in. Might even flick a message to Dora and ask her to get them to update all their dates.
Yeah, because I'd love to know when our face-to-face session is in January. You know how we have one in January?
Yeah.
Because it's just as hard otherwise. Like, they put it out last minute and then you're like having to try and, work around it.
Especially at that beginning of the year, and not knowing exactly what date you start work, and then, you've got all your pre-planning and stuff that you want to do for either the year or the term. It does get a little bit tricky when it's short notice.
Yeah, I'd love a date for January, just to know, like, especially if you're going away camping or something, you're going to need to know.
Yeah, because we always go away about 2 weeks before school goes back. We go away for a couple of weeks to the beach. Heading your way, Jackie?
Yeah, we do too. Yeah.
And it's funny because January this year we were in Papamoa, and I had to leave a day early to go to our face-to-face. I left my family at the beach and had to head up to Auckland, So be really nice to know ahead of time. They should have the dates preset.
Yeah. I'm too scared to ask now for that one. Is
I'll
someone
ask.
else going to take the bullet?
I'll ask, because if they do the same as what they did this year, I won't be able to go because I'm back at work.
Yeah.
It'd just be nice to know.
Yeah.
I'd also like to know, like, how many more face-to-face ones do we have? Like, we've got the October one, and then we've got one in January. Do we have another one in April, or is that us again until July?
Well, in April, the which would be the school holidays, there's an assignment due. What one was it again? Oh, where's my main lab thing?
On the 19th.
Oh, the critical essay?
Yeah, so surely they wouldn't have us meet if we've got that due.
So it might just be this October face-to-face and then hopefully just January.
Or they'll make us
save a bit of cash.
Yeah, they might like to have a face-to-face without us there, because we're a big group, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Oh, gosh. I was thinking, no, that's all right. The critical essay, we can drop a whole lot of stuff in. Oh, no, I need to go back and see what that is.
I would go back and just do bit by bit, copy and paste, because even Dor said that a lot of stuff from our scope project, just copy, paste it in and then fill in the gaps.
Yeah, the first part on the critical essay will probably be from the scope that you can just copy and paste. And then the other two sections are discussing your critical evaluation and reflection of your leadership in part 3 and how it's impacted or shaped your learning. And then the other criteria is critically evaluate and reflect on your collaboration and how that's impacted and shaped your learning in part 3.
Yeah.
And the first criteria is pretty much a copy and a paste.
Yeah. Anything comes from scope project document to relevant areas. There you go, just put that in there too. What's to know? All right. Well, I think that might be us, ladies.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
And we will chat again on Slack. I'm going to go to Lindley now with some dates, asking for some dates. Stir that pot.
Yeah, stir it.
I'm going to say,
like,
I would like to know.
No, you go asking for a friend and then brackets Corin.
Yeah. Just tag me in it.
She's too scared to ask now. No.
Yeah, I am too scared to ask, to be honest.
Nah. Oh well, I'll just copy and paste what we've got in our minutes and go at Lindley and get her to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Lovely. See you next time.
I'll see you guys. Have a good week.
See ya.